This week in lottery news, this video features some of the craziest new lottery winner stories from around the world.
Are you listening?
So this video features some of the craziest lottery winner stories, recent lottery winner stories from all around the world. My name is Timothy Schultz. If you're new to this channel, I actually am a lottery winner. Way back in the day in 1999, I won the Powerball before going back to college to study journalism and broadcast news. I'm now combining my experience with my desire to launch this YouTube channel and meet and interview other fascinating people, and this includes some other lottery winners. That's one of the types of guests I'm interviewing. So if you want to check out any of these interviews, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when they come out. But this video is all about some of the craziest recent lottery news stories from around the world. Now this includes a $10 million winner sentenced to life in prison, a record-breaking EuroMillions win, and some of the craziest lottery winner reactions I've heard. So let's get to it now. So the first story I want to get to comes from the state of Massachusetts in the United States, where there is a lucky store that has actually sold 3 $1 million tickets in the span of 2 months. It's incredible. A woman won $1 million on June 3rd on a Mega Millions ticket. The other $2 million tickets were instant tickets. And then again on June 15th, a fourth winning ticket for the Lucky for Life game was sold with a prize of $25,000 per year for life. It's incredible. 4 winning lottery tickets in the span of 2 months. There is something in the air at this store. If you live in Massachusetts and you play the lottery, you might want to check it out. Let's keep this lucky streak going. And let me know in the comments, what would you do if you won $1 million? How would that change your life? Because it could happen. The next story I want to get to comes from North Carolina, where a lottery winner was sentenced to life in prison for killing his lover. In May of 2022, he was found guilty of killing a woman that he had a romantic relationship with for 18 months. This comes after winning $10 million in the lottery in 2017. It took the jury 1 hour of deliberation to determine this sentence. So this person in North Carolina is now going to serve life in prison. It's really sad, and mostly on this channel I cover positive stories that are very happy, and you know that's the case for many lottery winners, but there is this stigma out there whether the lottery is a blessing or a curse. Now, I know from all of the people that I've interviewed on this channel and from my own experiences that it can be a very positive and is a very positive experience for, I would argue, the majority of winners, even if it brings a new set of challenges. But it just goes to show you that if you win the lottery, it doesn't necessarily fix all of your problems. You know, it's a sad situation. But the next couple of stories are fun ones because they're all about lottery winner reactions. How someone reacts when they win the lottery. And there's some recent stories of how people, I remember when it happened to me, and I love asking other lottery winners how they reacted when they won, because it's surreal. It can be extremely surreal. It was for me. I started jumping up and down and hugging my father like little kids in a candy store, just jumping up and down. But you know, that moment when you see the numbers matching, whether it's digital or on a physical ticket, when you see the numbers matching, it's surreal. The level of exhilaration is through the roof. Or at least it can be, and it is for most people. But a couple reactions from recent stories here. One comes from Virginia. A man won $5 million. He purchased a $30 $5 million ultimate game at a convenience store. And he ended up winning the $5 million from this ultimate game. He won the jackpot. He won this $5 million. He's quoted as saying, "My hands were shaking." And he called his wife, who then told him to get home safely. And I found that very interesting. It reminds me of a couple lottery winners that I've interviewed on this channel, who I will put links to those interviews below. But when they found out and they were driving, they had to also be very careful on the road, because you know what would happen if you're in a car accident and something happens to the ticket. Not to mention your level of exhilaration and everything else is through the roof, so you have to pay attention when you're driving. So the next time you are driving, if you see someone driving very, very slowly, just remember that person may have a winning lottery ticket. Don't quote me on this, but they may have a winning lottery ticket. So be very careful around them. You never know. There was another woman in June of 2022 out of Virginia who won over $236,000. So almost $250,000. So she bought 54 tickets in the Pick 4 game from the Virginia lottery, and out of these 54 tickets, she won over $230,000, but her reaction was priceless. She's quoted as saying, "I jumped up, I ran outside my pajamas to tell my daughter. I was excited." Well, good for you and congratulations. I do not blame you whatsoever for running outside in your pajamas. And if you are watching this video and you win the lottery, it's okay to wear whatever you want. Wear your birthday suit because it is like a birthday. It can be like a birthday. It's extraordinary. Congratulations to her. So the next story comes out of Lansing, Michigan, where a woman recently won $4 million on a scratch ticket, which is extraordinary, but how she came about this win is even more extraordinary. She went to get gas at a gas station with her husband. She's quoted as saying, "My husband and I stopped to get gas, went into the gas station to pay. While we were in line, someone in the store came up to us and said, 'You should purchase a $30 lottery ticket. I bet you will win $4 million. We thought about it for a moment and then decided to purchase an Ultimate Millions ticket." So they were in the store, in this gas station, and someone told them they should purchase this because they might win $4 million. And they did. It's amazing. Congratulations to them. She's a 54-year-old woman who chose to remain anonymous. And quite frankly, I don't blame her. I think there can be pros and cons to claiming a prize publicly or anonymously. I made a video about it. I will put a link to that below. But it reminds me of another recent story where a lottery winner was bumped while she was at a vending machine, and she hit the wrong button, and then she won $10 million. So it's a $10 million bump. I made a video about that. I will put a link to that video below as well. So some of these wins come in some of the craziest of ways, but congratulations to this woman from Michigan who won $4 million after the suggestion of a stranger to buy a ticket. Maybe it was a psychic. You never know. Another recent story here out of Virginia. A woman threw her lottery ticket in the trash before realizing that it was worth $110,000. It's really good news that she was able to find that and realize that it was in the trash can. But you hear these stories every once in a while. So I just want to warn anyone watching this video, if you play the lottery, be careful. Don't throw your lottery ticket in the trash because you never know. Or maybe you do know, but it could be a winner. And how heartbreaking, how tragic would it be if it ended up in the dump, in the trash? And it does happen. There are tickets worth millions of dollars that go unclaimed. So be sure to check your tickets and definitely don't throw them away without checking them. This winner is also quoted as saying, "I just don't think people are just lucky. I think that if God's got something for you, He's gonna see that you get it." I found that quote very, very interesting because there are a lot of lottery winners who believe in this type of thing. In fact, I have interviewed tons of lottery winners on this channel that experienced things which led them to believe that they would win before it happened. And for myself, I had a very vivid dream about it before it happened. I made a couple of videos about that. I will put a link to those below. But whether you are a skeptic or you believe this type of thing is possible, these stories come up in the news all the time. And I love meeting and interviewing other lottery winners and asking them about this type of thing. Which leads me to the last story here from EuroMillions. There's a couple in the UK who recently won $184 million from a lucky dip, which means a quick pick, a computer-generated pick. They won $184 million. It's the largest prize of its kind from EuroMillions in the UK. It's a married couple. The woman revealed that her father was a lifelong national lottery player, and I quote, "would always ask us what we do when we won. It was a regular conversation, and I feel like he was preparing us." And then she went on to say that she was chilled and that she feels like she's been ready to win for years because of this. So I found that very, very interesting. They are the UK's biggest EuroMillion lottery winners ever. The man is quoted as saying when he started seeing the numbers, it was amazing but surreal. 184 million, the largest EuroMillions prize in UK history. Congratulations to them. That is extraordinary. So many things you could do with 184 million. But let me know in the comments, what would you do with 184 million? I can think of 184 million things to do, but what would you do? What will you do if and when you win the lottery? Because if you play, it is possible. Never spend more than you can afford. Have fun with it, but also know that you do have a chance if you play. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. There are new podcast interviews coming soon. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support.